Christina, I mean this with the utmost respect. Cluck you to the absolute most, to the absolute max. You know what I want? I don't know if Mr. Nightmare has ever done this before, but a 1 hour brand new video or brand new stories. Yeah. I don't know. That was weird. I just want Mr. Nightmare to upload a 1 hour video of all brand new stories. I don't know if he has ever done that before. But definitely that would be like a live reaction if he ever did that. He could actually do that. He'll probably make a good amount of views. But that would be tough. That would be history though. That would be legendary if he did that. Oh my God, I'm here for it. My wife is asleep, so I can't do too much. Sup though.
On the 22nd of November.
Jesus Christ. Okay. You got your snacks. Cut about the Adidas. Check. Okay, sorry.
19. At around 8 p.m., a doorbell camera at a home in Harriet Creek Ranch, Texas, captured footage of a young girl approaching the front door. She was holding a flashlight and looked extremely distressed.
I'm not trusting that. I don't give a... If you're new to my channel... and this is like one of the first videos you ever see of me, I'm not trusting that little girl. I'm not. It could be a setup. If this is genuine, it's cool. I'm sorry. But
she also kept checking behind her, likely to see if someone was following her or not.
Help, please.
Unfortunately for her, the house she approached was empty. The residents were away on vacation, so no one was there to answer. This made her even more panicked as she continued to beg for help.
Please help!
By the time the homeowners noticed the footage, it was already too late. The little girl was long gone, and there were no signs of her anywhere in the neighborhood. But the big question remained: who the girl was, and why she had come to their door in such a frightened state that night. The homeowners didn't recognize her, and she didn't look like any of the neighbors' kids either, so they contacted the police and also uploaded the footage online, hoping the video might reach someone with more information on her. Sadly, it's been 6 years since this footage was captured, and no one has been able to identify the young girl. That said, people online have come up with a few theories that might contain some truth.
now hold on. See, now this is where I'm a little sus, because it's like I feel like most people have some sort of cameras on their front door or on somewhere on their property. There's no other footage of her going to like other doors, other homes. Did she only go to that house? If that's the case, that's sus.
The more cynical side of the internet believes the girl was nothing more than bait for a group of robbers hiding just outside the camera's view. It's a known tactic where robbers send a scared-looking child or woman to the front door. Out of concern, the homeowner opens the door to help, only for the robbers to appear from hiding and force their way inside. However, this theory doesn't really hold up when you consider just how genuinely distressed the girl sounded. Her voice and the frantic way she knocked seemed too real for a child that age to be faking. The more likely and more tragic theory is that this girl was 9-year-old Serenity Dennard, who had gone missing earlier that year. Serenity had been diagnosed with reactive detachment disorder and disruptive mood dysregulation disorder, which caused emotional instability and frequent attempts to run away. She was admitted to Black Hills Children's Home.
Okay. Now I see why some parents, or like guardians, put leashes on their child. I remember the first time I've ever seen a parent or somebody way older than a child I seen a leash on a child. Like, I was at Six Flags and I seen that. And I just kept staring because it's like, discipline y'all kids. Like, what the hell? Now, I mean, if they got something mentally going on, then I guess that's fine. But like, if you can't control and discipline your kids to the fact that they just start walking off, running off, that's crazy.
Youth treatment facility near Rockerville, South Dakota. Unfortunately, the staff weren't able to keep a proper eye on her, resulting in her running away from the facility on the 3rd of February 2019. A mess.
It literally says, hold on, Black Hills Children's Home Society. It literally says that, which means I'm pretty sure your job is to protect these children. What happened?
A massive search effort involving over 1,200 people was launched, but despite their best efforts, they couldn't find any clues about her whereabouts. The working theory was that she likely ran into the wooded area surrounding the facility, got lost, and succumbed to hyperthermia. However, police didn't rule out foul play. This is where the mysterious doorbell footage comes in. Many speculated that the girl in the video was Serenity, who had gone missing 9 months earlier. It's possible that a kidnapper took her to another state, and after months in captivity, she escaped and tried to ask for help. Though Serenity's family viewed the footage and said the girl wasn't her, many people online still believe it was. Unfortunately, none of the theories were ever confirmed or disproven. Investigators weren't able to find Serenity, and search efforts were officially suspended in early 2021, and the girl in the haunting doorbell video was never identified either, leaving her case an unsolved mystery.
There's a lot of plot holes in that story.
On the morning of July 31st, 2022, just before 11 a.m., 22-year-old Allison Duckrow and her mother returned to their home in Sydney, Ohio after breakfast. While making their way inside, an unknown car pulled into their driveway. A second later, the driver approached the front door, 22-year-old James Rail, Allison's ex-boyfriend. The two had broken up over 18 months earlier and hadn't spoken since. The night before, he had sent her a creepy voice note saying he would visit her the next day.
Hi, Allie. It's James. I just wanted to reach out to you because I just wanted to see how you're doing.
What?
And maybe hear from you if that would.
All right. Come over if you want to. I'll light your ass up. Come over if you want to. Come over if you want to. Chew? Come over if you want to. I'll air this place out.
You know my ideas. It's been a while since I've talked to you, and I don't know.
What?
I feel like it. I don't know what I feel.
What? I can see why they not together. Talk! He's pissing me off. Talk. Unless you got like some cluck intentions. Talk. Damn.
So that I do want to talk to you though. I do.
We could talk over the phone.
It'd be nice.
We talk over FaceTime.
Be sweet. probably late right now, but if you want tomorrow, you can probably give me a call. And yeah, it's about it. Please give me a call back. Thank you.
Shut up. Shut up.
Allison never responded or gave permission, but he showed up anyway. She recognized him through the live camera feed and decided to ignore him. After about 3 minutes, James left the porch, only to circle the house looking for another way in. When that failed, he returned to the front door again and began trying to break his way in. When Allison and her family didn't open the door, he became agitated and started forcing it, with James refusing to stop. Allison's father was left with no choice but to use his firearm, ending the confrontation minutes later.
I was just about to say that. You're on my property. This is America. Like, what? You're uninvited. And you hear from my daughter. Okay.
The family had already called the police, but no one could have anticipated the scene that awaited them. Allison and her dad were questioned, and her father later stood trial on August 4th, 2022.
So if you would, I understand, were you aware of the text messages that James had sent your daughter last night?
Was not.
Okay, so your daughter did not share those with you?
No.
Okay.
Thanks to the doorbell camera footage, he was acquitted of all charges on the basis of self-defense. On the night of January 18th, 2025, a homeowner in Carrollton, North Texas, received a doorbell notification while out shopping. When she checked the live feed, she saw a mysterious man standing on her porch, dressed in all black, with a red face and holding what looked like a cardboard box. He moved closer, revealing that he was wearing a red satanic goat mask.
Jesus. Hey, yo. I'm not gonna hold you. This reminds me of, that guy from what the movie Us by Jordan Peele, where it was like, was it Us? Yeah, it was Us. Where that guy was holding that sign, was it Jeremiah 11:11, and he kept just popping up.
He rang the doorbell and then walked away, leaving behind a sign with the words Revelation chapter 20, verses 1 to 15. The verse references the binding of Satan, resurrection, judgment, and eternal torment, making the visit even more disturbing. The homeowner called the police, but since the man hadn't committed a crime, they couldn't do much. As she later said in an interview, I'm scared to leave the house. I'm scared to be at the house. The story was later dropped by the media, and no follow-up information was ever reported.
Sir, why do you have that mask? Are you the person? I didn't call you Siri. Are you the person? Why do you have that mask? You sus. And you cahoots. And you sus hoots. Why do you have that? I understand, but I don't understand. It's just like, sir, why do you have that mask? Sir, why do you have, like... I was not expecting him to have that mask.
On July 21st, 2023, two elderly women visited the home of their friend, 58-year-old Sharon Gordon, in Dudley, UK. They hadn't heard from her in days, and upon entering, they discovered her lying face down near the stairs, covered in blood. Police arrived quickly and confirmed it was a homicide. Investigators then checked the doorbell footage, which showed the last visitor to Sharon's home, her contractor, Peter Norgrove. He initially claimed Sharon was alive when he left, but footage revealed him leaving with bloodstains on his trousers. Investigators also found the weapon he used in his shed, and he later confessed. Sharon had hired him to build an extension, but after 15 months of delays and poor work, she confronted him. Peter lost his temper and attacked her with a hammer. He later pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life in prison.
He looked crazy.
On October 6, 2024, Kristen Paul was watching TV at her home in Fresno, California, waiting for her husband to return. Just after midnight, the doorbell rang. Assuming it was her husband, she opened the door.
Christina, I mean this with the utmost respect. Cluck you to the absolute most, to the absolute max. Your husband doesn't have a key to the house? Huh? Your husband didn't let you know that he was on his way? You just opening up.
Only to find an unknown woman with a crazed look. Christine slammed the door shut, but the woman became enraged and began trying to force it open. When that failed, she tried breaking in through a nearby window. Christine called the police while arming herself for protection. Luckily, an officer arrived within minutes.
Oh, you know what that is? He probably cheated. Gave that lady some good banana, and now she crazy. That's the only explanation. She got a good taste of that banana, and now she wants some more.
Escalated the situation.
Hey! Hi!
You live here?
Somebody tell me.
So why are you banging on the door?
Because my friend is there.
Despite her erratic behavior, the woman immediately calmed down when confronted by police and was taken into custody. Christine later said she was just thankful the officer wasn't a minute later. On August 12, 2025, the Wilson family was asleep in their home in Midlothian, Texas. At around 1 a.m., 21-year-old Malia noticed a bright flash outside. When she ran downstairs, she saw their front yard engulfed in flames, just inches from the house.
Came halfway down the stairs and I see this window right here just lit up in flames, and I just ran and got my dad.
She woke her father, who called the fire department. Firefighters arrived within minutes and extinguished the flames before they reached the home. The doorbell camera revealed that someone had poured gasoline around the house and set it on fire before fleeing. The suspect wore a hoodie and mask, concealing their identity. The homeowner, Darrell Wilson, believed the attack was retaliation for a lawsuit he had filed against a former employer. However, police had not caught the arsonist, leaving the family terrified the attacker might return.
Better get some Adidas.
In the early morning of March 11th, 2025, a homeowner in North York, Pennsylvania, was awoken by strange movement on their porch. The footage showed a person wearing a colorful tie-dye cloak and a paper...
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Oh my God.
plate mask decorated with jagged teeth and red eyes. They carried a cardboard box, which they placed on the doormat before announcing themselves as the Box Demon.
I am the Box Demon.
A faint lullaby played in the background as they walked away into the darkness. Thankfully, the box was empty. People online later suggested the figure was dressed as Dandy, a Roblox horror character, though the meaning behind the act remains a mystery. In June 2023, the mother of Instagram model Guste Genescate noticed something disturbing in their doorbell footage. An unknown man had been following Guste home and was seen lingering around the house. He looked through the windows and wandered around the property. Terrified, her mother called the police, but they couldn't take action since no crime had been committed.
I wish there was a crime. It needs to be a crime where somebody that doesn't live in the house or stay on a property, or if you don't know, if you're a complete stranger on somebody else's property, like there's no relationship whatsoever, there has to be like some sort of law or something. And even if there is a relationship, if I don't want you on my property, get off. Get off.
Unable to sleep, Guste set up a rope booby trap in the yard. A week later, the man returned and tripped on it around 2 a.m. When Guste checked the camera, she saw him standing right outside her bedroom window, staring inside. She woke her mother, who banged on the window and scared him away. Another woman in the neighborhood later reported the same man. Despite having a clear image of his face, police were unable to identify him, forcing Guste and her mother to move. As of now, the stalker remains unidentified.
Jesus.
Late one night in an Alexandria, Virginia neighborhood, a doorbell camera captured pure horror.
Yeah, Jesus. Oh God. Oh God. Three of them. Three of them. Uno, dos, tres. 1, 2, 3. I don't know any other. Oh my God. Sorry. You're on my property with clown masks, it looks like. Or some sort of outfits and like I'm airing this whole place out.
3 masked figures in full Halloween costumes stood outside a home at around 10 p.m. and refused to leave.
Wow.
One of the occupants, Shayla, initially thought it was a prank and even greeted them with Happy Halloween. But within seconds, the mood changed. The trio rang the bell, shook the...
So you're not leaving. You're not leaving. I told you to leave. I told you to leave. And you're not leaving. Bitch.
And kept knocking, the knocks growing louder and more aggressive. When they couldn't force open the front door, they moved to the backyard, slashed through a wooden fence, smashed a deck screen, and pounded on the windows, taunting the family inside. They threatened to kill the occupants, telling them it's either you coming out or we coming in.
It's either you come out or we coming in.
The ordeal lasted about 6 to 10 minutes before the masked intruders finally left, but not before leaving the family shaken and fearful. The homeowner's daughter later said they were forced into hiding and felt unsafe in their own home.
He just died, so it's just like, I'm just glad I was there. Now she's
6 to 7 minutes? They was doing that for 6 to 7. You didn't call the cops? Like, I probably would have called the cops as soon as I saw them. Ain't no way the cops would have took 6 to 7 minutes to get there. Ain't no way. You're lying. Stop.
fear. She don't want to stay there by herself. It could have been bad.
our Second Amendment right was not used and could have been, like, being very transparent.
Authorities launched a criminal investigation for attempted burglary and criminal threats.
You know, one of my, I said this before, one of my biggest pet peeves is when there's a clucky on your property and they end up running away. That somebody has to make a device to keep the clucky at your house for when the cops, so they can just stay there in that spot until the cops come. That pisses me off when the clucky has already done the cluck stuff, or they're just there and they linger around. They stay in the house or they stay somewhere on a property for 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then they run off. Never to be seen again or never to be caught. Why? Do you know how many cluckies can be caught if somebody just made a device, made an invention that kept the clucky right where they are? I don't know what that would be called. I don't know. I just have the idea. I don't know what the product would be. I'm just like on a realistic level, like that would probably be like $1 billion idea. Or at most a multi-million-dollar idea. Cause it's already bad enough that they ran off. But for them to run off and not get caught, that's not it. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.